Yes, good old TJ.
Konnichiwa, INCOG, Asian boy, and got back with another reaction video. And today for you guys, we are reacting to True Scary Hitchhiker Horror Story Animated. This is by Your Weirdo MJ, so if you guys want to go follow him on YouTube, it's Your Weirdo MJ. Link, I will try to put the link in the description box down below, but if not, like I say, Your Weirdo MJ. Like I say, before you get to this, man, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that red button down below. Also, well, smack a like on this video. It helps the channel get out. Help the video get out to the public a lot faster, and help the channel grow a lot if you slap a like on the video. Also, as well, hit the bell notification. Make sure you click all so you know every time I make a future upload. But yeah, before you get into this, guys, like I say, I don't understand why. Like that back in the day, I'll say like the early '80s to like late '90s, it was cool to hitchhike because it wasn't no problems. But nowadays, from like I say like 1998 onwards to the present now, I would say it's really bad to like hitchhike, or to be a hitchhiker, or to let somebody hitchhike in your vehicle, because you just never know nowadays with just everybody. Like, they're just crazy. There's a lot of crazy people out here in the world. So all I'm gonna say is this: if it looks too good to be true, or just, you know, just in general, man, don't let somebody hitchhike with you, and don't become a hitchhiker, especially at night. Don't do it. I just don't see it. Like, you'll probably get a rarity where like nothing goes wrong. The person's regular, and they'll either drop you off, or you dropping a person off to their location, and then that's it, and you don't hear from them again. It's very rare. But nowadays, like, you see a lot of these these movies and stuff like that, and videos like of people hitchhiking, and it just goes bad and stuff like that. So just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. But yeah, so we're gonna get right into this, man. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll play.
I've learned one thing from my one and only experience picking up a hitchhiker.
Yep, see,
don't pick up a hitchhiker.
Yep, there you go. See,
it was a Saturday.
Just saying, right out the gate.
Around 1 in the morning. I was driving down the 542 in New Jersey, a route I commonly took to get into town. It was a long stretch of nothing but woods on either side, with the occasional residence. I was on my way back home from town, and as usual at this time of night around our quiet old town, there was not a single other car on the road. I turned on the off-road lights on my Jeep to have optimal vision on the unlit highway, which allowed me to spot somebody far down the road, just standing at the side.
That's a red flag. No, sir.
No,
sir. We can't do it. It's at 1 o'clock in the morning.
My heart started racing. I had no idea if I should stop or not.
Nope. If you think about it, nope. Then nope.
Look at the guy, first of all. He seemed like a younger man, maybe 28. He had on a light gray hoodie with the hood over his head and blue denim jeans. The time to make a decision was immediate, and with a lack of my better judgment in the heat of the moment, I came to a stop, rolled down the window, and asked, "Where are you heading to, friend?" "Just up the road," he said in a deep, quiet tone. "Hop in," I called out the window. He opened the door to my Jeep and stepped inside slowly. Jeep Wranglers have very tight seals on the doors, so when he tried to close the door the first time, it didn't shut. I politely said, "Oh, the door didn't shut. Just open and slam it shut real hard. These doors are hard to close." The body language he was giving off in response was unsettling.
Then he got a hoodie on too. Like, come on, man.
He looked at me, then turned his head slowly to the right, and again waited 3 or 4 more seconds before finally opening the door and then slamming it back shut. By the way this guy was moving, I already regretted my decision to let him in. I put my foot on the gas and we started moving along the road. The speed limit on this road was 55, but I was going 75 just to get the guy to his destination quicker. "So, how far did you say you're going?" There was an awkward gap of silence before he replied with, "Just a few miles up." I wanted to turn the radio on to kill this awkward and downright creepy silence, but something in my head told me not to for whatever reason. Suddenly, I could see just through the corner of my eye that the man had turned his head and was staring in my
No,
direction.
no.
At this point, I was telling myself that I needed to get this guy out of my
I need the
car.
dope. I
For a
need
good
the
mile, I
dope.
felt his gaze just hitting me like a brick, and all the while I tried my best not to look back. Finally, he turned his head the other way and said, "You know, I've been wondering for the longest time if it's just worth it to end it all." I looked at him in confusion. He dug his hand into his pocket and said, "I've been carrying this knife with me for the past few weeks, wondering when the right time would come." He pulled out a big red knife from his pocket, and at that instant I felt like my stomach had dropped out of my body. I told him to put the knife away immediately. He told me in a calm, emotionless voice, "Pull over next to that sign." I did what he said, coming to a stop next to a speed limit sign, and what followed still haunts me. He began to slit his forearm next to 3 other scars from previous assumed self-inflicted cuts and let out a disturbing moan. I managed to choke out the words, "You need to get out of my car right now, buddy." He looked at me again and said, "Get out of the car. I want to show you something." I told him no, and he raised his knife up closer to me as an obvious threat. "Just get out for a second. There's something I want to show you behind that sign." I knew my life was on the line and I had to be smart.
Ooh, my heart just dropped off that.
I opened the door to my Jeep, making a point of leaving it open, raised my hands in the air and backed away slowly from the door. He too left the car and started walking over to my side. At the exact moment that he was directly behind the car, I jumped back in, threw it into drive, and floored it down the road, never looking back. I got back home within 10 minutes, still breathing heavily and wanting to throw up. This was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me, and I urge everybody and anybody that if you by some chance see a hitchhiker on a dead road at some odd hours of the night, do not take any course of action other than speeding right past them.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. True scary hitchhiker story animated. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Especially at night. Night, nothing ever good happens at night. People try to set people up on the roads like that, especially those dead roads that nothing goes through, except probably like a few vehicles. The dude said it was like 1:30 in the morning, right? It's nighttime. He's going down this road, this back road, I guess, to get to his town, but it's nothing, but it's dark and you can't really see nothing. All of a sudden, you just see this one person trying to get a hitchhike. Obviously, something is wrong. Like, it's just all type of red flags. Like, that whole story is all type of red flags. Like I say, man, just don't do it. Do not let anybody hitchhike, especially at night. I do not. INCOG don't want to see you guys. INCOG don't want to see his subscribers on the news talking about that they dead or something because of, you know, them letting a hitchhiker in or you being a hitchhiker. I don't want to see that. Nobody want to see that. Your people don't want to see that. Like, nobody want to see that. But anyway, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that red button down below. Stop liking this video. It helps the video get out to more people very, very quickly, to the public. And it also helps the channel grow a lot. Hit the bell notification. Make sure you click all so you know every time I make a future upload. It's been with INCOG, man. I'm out. Peace.